Day 32, channeling from Source. Breathe and rest, and just allow your whole body to soften. Become aware of that body. Thank that body. Be grateful for your life. Be grateful for all that you have, including every breath you take, every beat of your heart. Grateful for the blood flowing in your veins, the lymph circulating in your body, the invisible energy flowing through the energetic pathways, the energetic centers, filling your body with the light of Source that you are. Imagine or visualize your cells and the space within the cells, which is 99.999% of who you are, being light, being energy. You are that. I am. Just breathing it in, feeling it. Whatever your circumstances, and that's the key. That was the theme of the conversation yesterday. That fictional story of the beautiful soul Asoa longing to come back to earth, to experience themselves as a man or a woman or whatever gender identity they will choose, to really be in a body and feel that vibration within, connect to the joy, to the love, through the wisdom of the heart, which knows that circumstances in the outside world do not determine who you are and your state of mind. And of course, we do understand that some circumstances are a shock to your body, a shock to your life. But as you grow in your mastery, with all the tools, the awareness that we have explained so far, slowly but surely, you detach from the circumstances. It's not saying that it's going to be easy. It's not saying that you're not going to be in pain or going through grief or any of the negative emotions. But what we're saying is that you will not be determined, identified by them. There will be an experience that you're going through, which might be painful at the time, but it will just be an experience. It will not be the whole of you. It will not affect the source or light or energy that is flowing through you from which you were created. Because gradually, as that awareness grows of the discernment, what grows as well is your understanding of how you are a creator, how the choices you make will create an energy, a frequency within your body, which will then match certain people, certain events, certain situations, certain circumstances. And as you slowly but surely refine or fine-tune your frequency, you attract in your life, you create in your life through the law of attraction, which really is the law of creation, a life which is more and more in sync with who you are. In the story of Asoa, we emphasized on revealing, because sooner or later, as explained in the story, every human being will experience going for a goal, achieving that goal, being thrilled and ecstatic for a certain time, maybe a few weeks or a few months even, but sooner or later, that enthusiasm, that thrill disappears because it becomes then your new norm, and your mind will want something else, something better, something more exciting. So your human will understand that there is no end to the quest for that path of thrill, because nothing will forever fill that gap, fill that void. The hedonic adaptation, as explained in the first few channeling, the work by Sonia Lyubomirsky, the conclusion is opening the portals within of joy, of love, of merging with the divine, in which you then experience that ecstasy, that bliss, which has no end, no beginning. It just requires you to be in a certain state of openness. That is your mission. Cultivate and nurture your state of being by applying everything we have mentioned, becoming aware of your emotions as they are the fuel to your creations. From the emotion, find the thought, which is the starting point, the grand design. More often than not, people start feeling the emotion and then can work, deep dive within themselves to see where that comes from. So the thought is the grand design. And when it is not serving you anymore, replacing that thought with a new pattern, a new belief, and associating it with a new emotion, which is what coherence, heart coherence is, and create a new state. And that state, if you check the work of HeartMath, that state is and can be created within seconds, independently of what goes on in the world, in your environment. Some people practice it and can achieve a state of coherence very quickly, and they can go into a deep state where their inner world is more real than the outer world, and that is through practice, that is through mastery. But obviously, one might ask, well, I'm not going to live my life meditating, feeling the inner world, when I have to work and pay the bills and look after the kids and be a human being. And that is absolutely right. And that is something that we reminded Nadege many times. She was highly annoyed when we said to her regularly that if she wanted to solve the mystery of the universe, she was missing the point, because she is here in a body at a specific time, in a specific place, for a reason. If you wanted to experience ecstasy and bliss, you wouldn't have chosen to be in a body right now. Therefore, your mission is to bring and cultivate that state of mind in the body, in your life. That's the descent after the ascent. So you practice getting to that state of coherence, just like anybody would practice for a marathon or any other skill that you practice, the guitar, the piano, painting, anything you do. And then once you are skilled, once you've practiced and you've reached a state where it has become easy, you bring that state of being in your life. And that's when you open a door to what a lot of people call enlightenment. On some level, enlightenment is merging the higher states with your being as a human being. So you are merging and embodying the higher states in the body, where the body is now in sync with the heart. The body lives in coherence, and the coherence is the merging of the mind with the body, the opening of the heart, bridging into the higher states. That is the key. And even though your body and your mind are absolutely entrenched in the evidence that they're seeking desperately in the outside world or within yourself, and the mind will say, well, it's not working. I'm not seeing any difference. Nothing is showing up. Whether you are really practicing in your life a state of abundance, a state of love, a state of trust, your mind might well initially seriously question. And that's okay. That is the work of the mind. That is the job of the mind. The mind has been called the monkey mind for a reason. It cannot stay still. It jumps from one idea to the other idea. It compares. It judges. It condemns. It wants to change. It wants to fix. It wants to be active. It wants to have results. It's focused on the goals. It wants to achieve because it believes in success via the ego. It believes in power. It believes in money, wealth. But these are all distortions of an overactive mind. Or let's rephrase this into the mind being the master, when the heart is the real master and the mind was meant to be the servant, where power doesn't have to be experienced through the ego, but through the heart. And as told in the story of Asoa, when it's felt through the heart, it's power with others, winning with others, not over others like the ego. This is the win-win situation. Success is felt within on the inner joy, the inner happiness, the inner fulfillment. It's got nothing to do with what is created in the outside world. And abundance is the birthright of every human being. Therefore, abundance is the source of the person where that person is provided with no question asked, but no power, no manipulation over others, no greed, no corruption. Abundance comes when it's needed, or abundance is all around, or that person might even have £1 million in the bank, but it doesn't mean anything. It's just energy, absolute energy there to be able to live as a human being and contribute to this world. And things and more money comes based on heart, creation from source, pure energy. This is living fully. This is what Asoa called heaven on earth. And this is what you have all come to earth to discover, to embody, and to enjoy. Be that master, walking this earth and seeing the light in your brothers and sisters, feeling that joy coming from within, that light, that love radiating it, knowing that magic is just you connecting to the invisible world and being in total alignment, living in total coherence and synchronicity, where things come to you. And when it is challenging, you are like a tree rooted in the earth, waiting for the storm to pass, feeling everything, but knowing that This too shall pass. We love you dearly, beyond words, beyond worlds. Namaste.